question number 6 from November 2019, HL paper 2. We've been given a polynomial equation where z is a complex number and a is an integer. We've been given that one of the roots of this equation is 3 plus I, and we need to find the value of a. So firstly, if 3 plus I is one of the complex roots, then its conjugate 3 minus I will also be a root of this equation. This is a property of complex roots that we need to know. And since this is a degree 3 polynomial, this equation will have 3 roots. So I can let the third root equal alpha. Third root is equal to alpha. Now to solve for a, we can use the sum and product of roots formula. So if a polynomial equation is equal to 0, then the sum of its roots is given by the formula negative an minus 1 upon an. Now what this an minus 1 represents, this represents the coefficient of the second largest power, and an represents the coefficient of the largest power. So the sum will be given by negative of negative 37 upon a, which is equal to 37 upon a. So the sum of the roots will equal 37 upon a. So what I can do is I can add up all of the 3 roots. So 3 plus I plus 3 minus I plus alpha, and this sum will equal 37 upon a. So the positive and negative I will cancel. So we're left with 6 plus alpha is equal to 37 upon a. And this is the first equation that we've derived. Now secondly, the product of the roots will be given by the formula negative 1 to the power n a0 upon an. Now again, this formula can only be used when the polynomial equation is equal to 0, which we know is true. So a0 in this equation, in this formula, represents the constant term in the polynomial, and an represents the coefficient of the largest power, and n represents the degree of the polynomial. So the product of the roots of this equation will be given by negative 1 to the power of 3 a0, which is negative 10 divided by a, and this is equal to 10 upon a. So the product of the roots will equal 10 upon a. So what I can do is I can multiply all 3 roots. So 3 plus I times 3 minus I times alpha, this will equal 10 upon a. Now to multiply this, I can use a difference of squares formula. So this will be 9 minus I squared times alpha, this is equal to 10 upon a. Now I squared is equal to negative 1. So negative 1 times negative will make it positive 1. So 9 plus 1 is 10. So we're left with 10 alpha is equal to 10 upon a. From here we can cancel the 10. So we're left with alpha is equal to 1 upon a. And this is the second equation that we've derived. Now to solve for a, what I can do is I can replace alpha in equation 1 with 1 upon a from equation 2. So what I can do is 6 plus 1 upon a, this is equal to 37 upon a. I have replaced alpha with a 1 upon a from equation 2. So from here, if I bring 37 upon a to the left hand side, this will be 6 plus 1 upon a minus 37 upon a, this is equal to 0. Now to solve for a, we can use a calculator. So to solve this, we need to go to equation solver, and over here we need to enter our equation. So our equation is 6 minus 6 plus 1 upon x minus 37 upon x, and this is equal to 0. So now if I click solve, we find that x is equal to 6, and in our case the variable x represents a. So I can write that a is equal to 6, and this is the answer to question number 6.